What's up, and welcome back to the Run the North podcast. We definitely still are a podcast that exists, and we have definitely recorded an episode in the last 2 months, for sure. Right, Miller?
I was homeless for 2 months. That's why we didn't record, just to get that cat out of the bag.
You can't. What a crazy open.
It's the truth. That is actively what happened.
Yeah.
Not like on, I should specify, I wasn't on the street. I was in like 17 different Airbnbs, but yeah, that's why we didn't record for 2 months. So if you've been wondering, just get that out of the bag now. Anyways, Geek, how are you today?
I'm existing.
I do know, unfortunately.
Actually. Yeah, no, I'm in the middle of it. Just all of it. I'm in the middle of all of it. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But hey, we're definitely going to have a lot of fun talking about how good my favorite football team is, right? No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Drake May is being all right at football, which is really annoying.
Why?
I like Drake May, but the organization in the world that deserves this the least is the Patriots.
Fair. I cannot necessarily disagree with that, although counterpoint, what if Green Bay had a quarterback like this?
Counterpoint, they do. He's just stupid.
Fair. This is fair.
I think Jordan Love could do all the things Drake May is doing. He just doesn't.
He totally could.
Jordan Love really did get like both of the previous Packers quarterbacks, because I think he has the talent of Rodgers to a degree. Maybe not as much. I mean, we've talked about Rodgers as like the most talented or second most talented quarterback to ever walk the earth. So, but I mean, he got more of Rodgers' talent, but he definitely got more of Favre brain. So, what state is Jordan Love from? I don't know. Miller froze, so I'm going to take the reins for a minute. What state is Jordan Love from? Anybody know? I don't. He went to school. He's from California. So, people on welfare in California, look out, because Jordan Love's coming, you know? Allegedly. This is crazy. We haven't had a problem. There he is. You missed the craziest shit, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I said he was more Favre brained, and then I had to look up where he was from, and I was like, right, so people of California on welfare in 30 years. Look out.
I was going to say, I think he's Favre-brained in a football sense, but luckily, despite inheriting the good of Rodgers, the bad of Favre, he didn't inherit either of their personalities. Jordan Love seems like a likable, kind young man.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, if he played for a different team, he would probably be a player I would root for.
Fair. But I am rooting against him all the time.
Yeah, no, actively, yes. But anyways, before we get into like talking about football, we have a couple things to go over. We have the Fantasy League, the Run the North Fantasy League, that we have not given any updates on all season. So I'm just going to go through and list off the standings here. So if we can just get it here. J-Pow NFL, good fan of the show, is currently leading with an 8-2 record. Right behind him is Josh. Is it Brud or Brood? I don't remember. We were on their podcast. I should remember this, but I don't. He is 7-3. I am in third at 6-4. Preston Griffiths is in fourth place at 6-4. Steven, another good friend of the show, is in fifth at 5-5. Patrick Cipher, another good friend of the show, in sixth at 5-5. Jake is in seventh at 4-6. Geek is in eighth at 4-6. And then Nicole, another good friend of the show, 3-7 in ninth place. And of course, in dead last, to probably no one's surprise, is Grayson. because where else would he be?
Even with as bad of a year as I'm having, I'm still ahead of Grayson. Except I don't know if that's true in the other league. I'm getting roasted.
Yeah.
To be fair, my entire team died, so.
Yeah. I was also going to read off our team, like our game pick standings, but Jake has not updated for this week.
Oh, I thought he did.
So, no, the last time he updated was last week.
No.
Am I blind?
You created a new group chat yesterday for some reason.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, on my end, you did. Because if I go back, because on Wednesday at 10:43 a.m., final standings after last week.
Oh, it's because Okay, listen. So, for context, Geek got a non-iPhone.
My fault.
And we don't have an Apple group chat anymore.
Yeah.
So I went to text to ask when we were recording this week in what I am used to texting, which is an Apple group chat. And because when Geek got his new phone, he didn't have access to the actual Apple group chat, he made a second one. So now there are two group chats currently being used. So yes, in the new one that is not labeled Run the North, that is just labeled Geek and Jake for me, we do have our standings from last week. And unfortunately, we have a tie at number 1. Geek, I bought the trophy for myself, Slays, is currently 89 and 60, alongside Jake at 89 and 60, and I am 87 and 62 on the year.
You wanna be a bit embarrassed just in general?
Why? Does your mom have a higher?
I think my mom and my
sister.
sister. Yeah, my sister's 97 and 52 on the year.
Okay, to be fair, this is the most I don't want to put this, the most parity we have seen in the NFL in a while.
Yeah.
So, you probably would have a better chance at getting games right if you were not quite. I don't know what level of ball knowledge your sister has. I shouldn't assume.
Yeah, and my mom is 93 and 86.
Do either of them, are they locked in? Do they watch games consistently?
They watch football every week, but they're not locked in.
Okay.
They see the games.
So they're casual viewers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They watch football every week, but they are not locked. Yeah, other than maybe on specific teams.
Probably Denver, right?
No. Well, maybe my mom. No.
I was gonna say I thought your mom said that she was a Broncos fan.
Yeah. But it's the Broncos, so
I know, but that's the closest team to where you guys are from.
Yeah, she definitely pays more attention to the Vikings though, and that's just because I mean, I don't want to talk about the Broncos, so she'll pay attention to the Vikings, so we have something to talk about. Whereas, she doesn't need to talk about the Broncos with anybody. And then my sister, her husband's a Raiders fan. And Wyoming, so they all love Josh Allen. So the Bills is also kind of they pay attention.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And then my sister likes to pay attention to the Vikings to laugh at me or cheer with me, whichever one's funnier in the moment.
It's funny you bring that up because fandoms being random or whatever. Yeah. Because I remembered the other day I was sitting and I was thinking about my dad's mom, who has dementia now. I don't get to see her very often. I remembered that she told me once that she liked football in the 90s. And despite living in Western Maryland her entire life, she was a locked-in diehard Denver Broncos fan because of John Elway. She was in love with John Elway. And I think that's very funny. And I totally forgot that until recently.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, a lot of parity in the league this year, which we will get into in a moment after Geek gets off his phone.
I won't. Just talk. I can do both.
Okay. All right. I'm just giving you a hard time. But yeah, starting off, we'll jump back to last week with perfectly segued here, the Raiders and the Broncos in a 10-7 ball game. And Geek, I'll give you the honors. What is your biggest takeaway from this game?
that
It doesn't even have to be a fresh takeaway because we haven't had an episode in 6 weeks.
I'm sorry. That neither of these teams are any good.
I figured you would go a different direction, but
What
I
did you
also
think
concur.
I was going to do?
I thought you were just going to rip into Bo Nix. I thought you were just going to jump right into it.
Oh, no. Well, yes, but no.
Because this was probably Bo Nix's worst game as a pro. Like, he looked horrific.
I mean, honestly, you could say that about most weeks of this year, aside from normally 1/4 of every game he plays pretty well. He just didn't have that quarter this time. And he's been very lucky, very Tim Tebow-y with his quarters normally coming later in the game, which is nice. But yeah, no, this was bad, and it's especially horrific because it's the Raiders. Like, the Raiders' defense has not been that bad. It's technically like, I think it's 16th in the league currently, so it's like literally middle of the pack. But as bad as Bo Nix has been, and as much of a dumbass as he's been, I still think more of this blame goes on that offensive guru who's never been good. I just love how right I am. I don't care. Bo Nix after Sean Payton can become the best quarterback in football. I don't care. I'll take my win with Sean Payton getting exposed as not good.
I still think Sean Payton was a good coordinator or a good play caller and offensive mind with the Saints. And I know exactly what you're going to say. I'm not trying to start the argument. I'm just stating my 2 cents.
He was only ever good with Drew Brees.
I was going to say, this is not an argument I care to have. I'm just giving my 2 cents because I really do not care all that much.
It also, and maybe he was, and maybe this is just a, late stage Mike Zimmer type thing where you just never tried to change. But also, part of it just seems like it feels like a Bo Nix issue because it just seems like he doesn't trust Bo Nix. Like, that's like 90% of it. Is it just feels like he is afraid to give Bo Nix the keys, which is really weird because he gave Bo Nix the keys last year. Like, fully. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what happened. Maybe Bo Nix forgot to put the football in his backpack before he showed up to training camp. I don't know. But outside of that, dude, what happened to Geno?
I really don't know. And it's really frustrating because, we look at Geno Smith a year ago, and he was like the not his fault quarterback of the year. Everyone pointing out, and I still stand by a lot of what was going on really was not his fault. He was struggling given, a lackluster supporting cast, a really bad offensive line, a poor play caller. Like, it was a mess in Seattle. But this year, he's just been horrible. Like, there's no two ways about it. He is not reading the field as well as he was. He's not making good decisions. He's not moving in the pocket as well as he should. He's turning the ball over too much. It's a whole mess, and Geek is caught up in something.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with football, but it does have something to do with the...
Okay.
The reason I was on my phone, because Artie, this is so not sports related, and I'm so sorry, but this is maybe the greatest thing that could happen to me today.
Okay.
So I'm so confused. I wish I could be watching this. Apparently, both Ethan and Mark are live talking about Unis Honest.
Oh my God.
And so Artie posted a tweet. She was just like, huge day for Unis Honest fans. And I've been recording all day. So I text her. I'm like, what the fuck? She goes, they're live right now. What the fuck? Sorry. I'm maybe happy. I don't know. I will find out if I ever get to see what happened in this VOD later.
Yeah.
Sorry. Such a tangent. But also, I needed that after talking about Bo Nix.
Yeah, no, this game, both defenses played well. The Raiders defense did just about everything you could have asked them to do in this game. But unfortunately, because of poor offensive play, really bad hold from Jack Besh towards the end of the game, who has unfortunately been very disappointing. I was hoping he would have had a big day after the Jacoby Myers trade kind of stepping into his role. Did not happen. But really, I don't know. I look at this game and I say I'm sad the Raiders couldn't be what I thought they could have been. You know, this was a team that, like, going into the season, I was thinking about as like a potential sleeper, maybe sneak into the playoffs, make some noise. Now all of a sudden it's like, do they fire everybody this offseason after one season, given how old Pete Carroll is and given the fact that this team might need to enter a full-scale rebuild? Like, it's a little scary.
I think they're already in the stages of a full-scale rebuild, and I think they're in a good spot. I don't think there's much they have to do. I mean,
you gotta get the quarterback. That's the big thing.
Right. Excuse me. I think they will probably be in a position to get one. Like, what is the current, like, draft order if the season ended today?
Looking it up. That's NBA. That's not a real sport.
Okay.
The Raiders would pick 6th.
And okay, they're in a worse spot than I thought based on who's around them. Because my brain immediately goes, Tennessee's not taking a quarterback.
Sure.
New Orleans might not. I don't know. Like, that
We
one's
just did
too
that.
early to say, but Shuck is in a weird spot. He's going to have to be very good because a second-round pick normally isn't going to stop you from taking another guy. But, like, the Giants aren't taking a guy.
No.
The Browns, I don't know. Like, I know
I would hope they
somebody
do.
said they were gonna, but, like, do they take one with the fact that they took 2 last year and the fact that Deshaun is still under contract and coming back? And, like, there's question marks with Cleveland, especially if they ever, and I think they have to at some point, turn the ball over to Shador just to see what you have. I think you have to.
Sure.
Just because at this point you just need to know if he is something, if there's some meat on the bone, because we've seen Dylan Gabriel and it's not good.
No.
It's almost like maybe a short quarterback with a weak arm in a cold climate isn't going to work.
Skinny Tua, yeah.
Yeah. At least he doesn't seem to be as much of a bozo as Tua, so that's good. Like, Dylan Gabriel can exist in the NFL as a backup, maybe even as like a bridge starter, but he cannot be the guy, and he cannot be for a team like this.
I was going to say my assertion with Dylan Gabriel going into the draft was exactly that, and I really liked when they took him because that said to me that the Browns are just going to coast for this year. Like, that pick says, hey, listen, we took a quarterback. We took one, you know, look at us. But then in reality, Dylan Gabriel starts for the year. You win like 6 games. You go and draft one next year. And then they took Shador and it's a whole thing. But anyways, please continue.
Crazy for thinking you still keep Stefanski.
I like Stefanski a lot.
If he's gone, he's like the number 1 candidate on every team sport.
Yeah, no, I really like Stefanski, but I mean, at a certain point, you got to accept that a marriage just isn't working. And I understand that the marriage isn't working because they keep like trying to bring in a third, and the third's always just not working out. So like at a certain point, you got to say, well, you know, something's got to happen. And I don't know. I feel like Cleveland might be knocking on that, but then I'm at a point where if they get rid of Stefanski, I understand it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't if I were them, because I still think he's a great offensive mind and just hasn't had a fair shot.
It's the same
Because
thing
the only
I've been saying
quarterback
about
he's
Dable.
had. Yeah, but Dable made a lot of curious decisions. And also, someone had to get scapegoated. And for some reason, it wasn't the horrible GM. It was Dable.
It should have been
because
both.
I guess
If you're going to scapegoat it, just be like, they're both dumb. We're done.
I agree. And again, we can talk about them when we get to the Bears and Giants game. But
so I have a take that I want you to hear me out on.
okay.
If Stefanski gets fired, there are 2 teams in his division that I think should call him immediately.
For what, OC?
No.
So you think Baltimore and Cincy? I'd be very on board with either or.
Yeah, I think Baltimore would be the bigger one, but I think there's more likelihood that Cincy looks for a coach. Though I really hope if Baltimore misses the playoffs, they do you're not fired, we mutually agreed to part ways type thing. Because I get it's hard to move on from Harbaugh. It really is. I do understand that. If they somehow make the playoffs again, there's no world where it happens. There's just no world. Yeah. Which I kind of feel the same way about Zach Taylor. If they somehow make the playoffs, there's just no world.
Which sucks.
Yeah. Both teams need new guys. Like the Steelers badly need to win that division. Like for the sake of every other team. The Steelers badly need to win that division because none of those teams are getting in as a wild card. You're just not. No. They're not close. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, if you're entering a full-blown rebuild and you're the Raiders, do you call Stefanski?
I would. Absolutely.
Because Stefanski's run game with Genty, that just sounds so good. Honestly, even Mike McDaniel, I still think he can be a good head coach. I'm not out on McDaniel the way everyone else is. He just needs to leave Miami.
I agree, but I also think McDaniel would benefit from a year or two going back to being an OC because maybe we can just chalk this all up to it being a toxic environment. But I don't love his leadership and the culture he built within Miami. But again, if you want to chalk that up to saying the GM and the owner are idiots and psychopaths and they ruined everything for him, then sure, I don't disagree.
That one confuses me because the culture was good. And then their quarterback hit his head 7 times. And then something happened. And I don't know where that gets chalked up to, but like the culture was good.
No, I agree.
So I don't know. I want to err on the side of it's not his fault because we see games like this week where there's no reason you should have even been competitive. And it's like, oh, just his run game worked because his quarterback was still ass. They just won by 30 anyways because like that's a coaching thing and maybe he is just best suited to be an OC, but he's the type of guy, if I'm the Raiders, where it's like, we're entering a rebuild. He's not 40 yet.
Yeah.
Could be fun.
Yeah. I don't know, with the Raiders, it's tough because I do really like a lot of the pieces they have. I mean, you already mentioned Genty, Brock Bowers, you look defensively, Max Crosby. They have a bunch of young guys that are super exciting. Blanking on names at the moment. I'm trying to pull up their depth chart here. Dante Thornton has flashed a little bit offensively. Trey Tucker's made some plays. Not that he's like a giant piece or anything. Jack Besh, I still have faith in. Defensively, Malcolm Kuntz has played well. They've got some pieces. They've got some guys that I'm a fan of. And it really, really does suck that this is how this season has gone for them, because I really thought Pete Carroll and Geno Smith were going to make waves with this team, especially because, like I said, I loved Geno going into the season. It's just something changed. I don't know what it was. I don't know if he got a big head. I don't know if it's the new environment.
What if Geno just can't be an AFC quarterback?
It's so funny when these things are brought up because you specifically always come up with the weirdest, this is why this player is good or bad.
He's played good in the NFC.
It has legs.
Like, there are legs. They don't make sense. They're not connected to anything, but there's legs. Like, because, like, imagine he gets, like, traded in the offseason to, like, Arizona, and then they're good next year. Like, Arizona's a one I could see too, because it's like a money thing, and like you trade Kyler, you gotta like make the money work or whatever. Kyler ends up well, I don't think it would end up as a straight swap, but like
that would be really funny.
But like, and then suddenly Geno's good again. I'll pull up this podcast episode and be like, I fucking told you. Like, I don't know. I'm sure we'll talk about K1 shortly. Do you have any other takeaways for Broncos Raiders?
Broncos are like that Steelers team that started 11-0.
The Broncos are going to win their division and get the shit beat out of them.
I don't think they're going to win their division.
I don't know if anybody can catch them.
I think Denver's going to skid at the end of the year, and I think Kansas City is going to slide in there. Also, the Chargers are only a game behind.
Whoa. Okay. The Chiefs only being 2 games behind is crazy to me.
I knew that offhand. I didn't
What
know
is
the
the
Chargers
Broncos'
were only
end
a
of the
game
year
behind.
schedule, though? Chiefs,
Let's find
Commanders, Raiders, Packers, Jags, Chiefs. Okay, maybe. I would
I was
love
going
a
to say,
skid.
I can see the Chiefs beating them twice. I can see them losing to Green Bay. I can see them losing to Jacksonville. I can see them losing to the Chargers. Season. I'm not saying all of those will
No,
happen. I'm just saying
I'm just
they're
saying,
all
I can see
possible.
them losing to the Raiders. We just watched it. Like, you just need one of the guys to be alive. Somebody on offense to be alive for the Raiders. It froze again. I love this. I love this world. Okay.
Where did I cut off at?
You were I was taking over to say the Raiders could beat them. You were in the middle of your like who could beat
And
them.
I was going to say
the Raiders could. We just
was,
watched it.
Yeah.
Like,
And I was going to say the games I was listing off, I'm not saying they're like guaranteed L's for the Broncos or anything, but they're definitely possible. And
especially with how they've played football this year.
And I mean, this division is tight. You know, third place is only.
Dude.
I don't
There we go. Oh,
understand what's going on here. Okay.
I don't
We're
either.
good. Fucking, I don't know, man. My internet has been giving me trouble for no reason. But anyways, moving on from that game, unless you have anything else to add.
No, please.
Was it in Madrid? No, Madrid is this week, right?
This one was in Berlin.
Berlin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's
Colts and
the
Falcons.
picture of Shane Steichen where he's apparently talking to a bunch of World War II vets before the game. And I
That's
saw it as a
right.
joke
I
because
did
people
see
are like,
that.
vets for which side, though?
What side? Yeah.
Daniel Jones is still bad.
Yeah, no, Daniel Jones is not great. Jonathan Taylor should win Most Valuable Player. But the biggest... Okay.
Stafford's been
He's
perfect.
out of his mind. No, he has.
Yeah.
He's going to win Offensive Player of the Year, though. But my biggest takeaway from this game is that the Falcons would be an NFC favorite if they had a quarterback.
Yes.
Like, their offense... I know Drake London started off with a little bit of a rough game, but he ended up with 6 for 104 and a touchdown.
And he cooked
then you've
sauce, which is so funny.
But between that, Bijan being Bijan, I know Algier stole his scores, but Bijan's still incredible. And this defense, especially the pass rush, was crazy against what is a very good offensive line in Indy.
Atlanta's defense staying good has made me so happy. Because it's no longer, they got smoked by Atlanta. It's like, that defense can beat anybody.
Yeah.
I love it.
But who all had a sack here? Caden Ellis, James Pierce, Jalen Walker, Ronnie Harrison, Arnold Ebiketie, Zach Harrison, Brandon Dorless. So many names getting into the backfield in this game. And then you have other names that stand out. Xavier Watts had a big game. He's been awesome. Love everything about him. Jesse Bates had an interception in this game. Like, the defense is great. They have the weapons. It's just that Penix is not consistent enough to be what this team needs.
Yeah.
He's too inconsistent of a quarterback. Leaving this game 12 of 28 with 177 yards and a touchdown is tough.
Being
like
really a 26-year-old developmental prospect is never going to work. I don't understand. I can't get over it. That's such a bad process, especially with the guy who was on the board. And that's not to say you could have thought Penix was a better college quarterback than JJ, or a better who should start day one quarterback. That's fine. But if you're taking a guy as a developmental project, you don't take the 8-year college starter. You take the 21-year-old who's played a season and a half, who He's got some tools. Like, this was the process there is bad, and that's why you're stuck with Cuzzo's contract and a very mid's not even the right word. Penix has not flashed at all.
He's had a couple games where he's done what he's needed to do, where he's executed. I do agree that he hasn't flashed any like high-end talent, high-end traits. That's a lie. He does have one high-end trait. His arm is crazy, but that can be a problem with him because sometimes he will fling the football and receivers not expecting it, it bounces off of him, whatever. It's just really frustrating seeing the floor of what this Falcons offense could be alongside that defense and knowing that there is a world where it could be so much better. I honestly, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they move on from Penix this offseason or anything like that. I think they're going to try another year of it. But if they do, I mean, I don't know. I don't
what
know
if
who
the
I would want
Cardinals
to go after.
call?
I would love to see them get Kyler if a change of scenery can fix Kyler.
Yeah. Like, I'm banking on the fact Kyler's gone. Like, I think that's over. When you announced a new starting quarterback the way they did, Kyler's out of Arizona. So at this point, I'm just working on what team could he go to where it's like, oh, that's interesting. I still love the idea of Kyler in Indy. I think that goes crazy.
I don't know that they go Indy with how Daniel Jones has played this year.
I don't either. Well, if he keeps playing like this, it could happen.
I just mean, this is like, I know we've talked off screen about, not off screen, off recording, because if we talk, it's always on screen. But we've spoken about Daniel Jones and how I know you think the Colts are a little fraudulent, especially Daniel Jones, because of some of the teams they've played against and, you know, things kind of being made easy for him. And I don't necessarily disagree with that. But the point I'm trying to make here is, like, I think he has done enough to at least say, hey, this is a guy we can win with. We know that. And barring a huge collapse, which I don't foresee happening with how Jonathan Taylor is playing, then I think they're going to stick with him, at least for another year. Also, because I'm wearing a Bears hat, the people will want me to say Tyler Warren, very good. Love Tyler Warren. Not only as a receiving threat, but also very nice fullback.
What year is it?
What do you mean, what year is it?
My brain's not working. Who did the Bears play last week? Okay. For whatever reason, my brain was like, is this really also Bengals week? I don't think this is the week to talk about Tyler Warren. I think there's a more important tight end to talk about in that case.
Loveland played, he had his crazy game 2 weeks ago. I'm just bringing this up. Like, Warren's great. I hate the debate of Warren versus Loveland because, like, they're both awesome. They do different things. Yeah. It's funny, though, because, I mean, I did like Warren coming out more just because I'm a sucker for a guy who can line up in the backfield. But regardless, I got to acknowledge it. Also, Alec Pierce, I believe, is an upcoming free agent. He's going to get a lot of money. And I don't think it's going to be from the Colts.
I think it might be.
Do the Colts have more money than what I'm thinking?
I don't know. I think based off of this year, I think there's a higher likelihood the Colts try to move off Pittman and keep Pierce than there is letting Pierce go.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't even consider that. That is a fair point.
Because Pittman's not been great, and with the way their offense is built, Pierce makes more sense.
Oh, yeah.
So you move off Pittman, which some team will give you something for him.
Interesting.
The Colts have more money than you thought?
No. Pittman has 5 fewer yards and 5 more touchdowns than Pierce.
Huh?
585 versus 580 and 6 touchdowns versus 1.
I swear every time I look at the box score, he has 2 catches for 10 yards and no touchdowns. Did he have like an 8 touchdown game at some point?
He does have 18 more receptions, which doesn't hurt the numbers, but yeah, no, he has been just as productive. I also didn't think he was as productive.
That's crazy to me. Okay, maybe I'm on drugs. Good to know.
Yeah. He's also caught 11 more first downs. But anyways, no,
All right.
I just think Pierce is going to make big money.
Yes.
That's just my point with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I.
Here's to the Bills? Question mark.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool. I'd be so in favor of that. But
Moving
I don't.
on. Oh,
I was gonna say I don't have anything else to add here. If you don't,
moving on. Shit versus ass played.
Browns Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Justin Fields game, 6 for 11, 54 yards, a touchdown, and interception. Didn't have
Yeah.
100 yards of total offense. Fields didn't, that is, with his
Yeah, but
7
you don't
carries
need
for
it
28
when
yards.
Kenny Nwangwu. End of sentence.
True. And their punt returner had a touchdown, Isaiah Williams.
Yeah.
2 special teams touchdowns, and then Brees Hall had the big screen pass for 42 yards.
Yeah.
You know,
the
Will McDonald had 4 sacks in that game. Holy fuck.
the Jets defense getting better without Sauce and Quinnen is the most hilarious thing that's ever happened. I get it's the Browns, but I don't care. It's funny.
It's the confidence bump. You know, it's the we don't have our 2 best guys. Let me lock in.
Yeah.
You know,
No, for sure. It's just funny. Holding Judkins to under 100 yards, under 4 yards a carry with how he's played this year, as much as I hate Judkins, it's still impressive.
yeah.
Dylan Gabriel gets bailed out by a sick-ass catch by Jerry Jeudy, which is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. I want to not see Dylan Gabriel anymore, so when he gets bailed out, it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Shout out Jerry Jeudy, though. He needs talked about more, but you can't because he's in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Jeudy to the Bills. Thoughts?
That would also be baller. But yeah, no, the Browns offense is just a mess. Jerry Judy's great, and then David Njoku had a touchdown, but you know, you look at the penalties late in the game and just the horrible pass blocking and the poor play calling from Tommy Reese. Just a rough
This is my
outing
favorite Kevin
offensively.
Stefanski bit. This idea where it'll be like, is he that good of a play caller? This Browns offense is struggling. And then he'll be like, fine, somebody else call plays. And it's just immediately worse. And it's my favorite bit. I think he does that just as, all right, fuck you. And then in a couple of weeks, it's the, okay, I'll take it back. My bad, you idiots. It's my favorite bit. Did Justin Fields do good or bad?
He sold an AD Mitchell clip, bro.
Damn.
AD Mitchell beat Christian Gonzalez off the line like handedly, and Fields threw the ball into his back.
Well, hey, Fields had to make one of the 5 problems between them his fault. The other 4 were all on AD.
No, I know, but just frustrating.
No, Fields needed AD needed a moment where we could look and be like, it's not his fault if you ignore the other 4 tries.
Right. I am going to add in here though, because you know we're talking a lot of negative in this game, or negative with this game. I do want to shout out the Jets because I think the 2 trades they made at the deadline were fucking awesome. Like,
yes,
very, very good for them. Paying Sauce what they did, given where their roster is at, just not worth it at this point. Getting 2 first-round picks for a corner, tremendous. Quinnen Williams, love him. Very good player. Getting a first and a second for him, great value.
and another player. Like, Mozzie is something. What? What do you mean?
We're not going to gas up the porn addict.
Why not?
Because he's not good. He's terrible.
If we considered that was Mike Zimmer's fault.
No, listen, I guarantee the phone call went, you know, the Jets asked for a first and a third, and they said, we'll give you a second if you take Mozzie. That's how bad he is. He's not very good.
I would have given anything to, like, look at the Jets' box score currently and see, like, Mozzie has, like, 3 sacks or something. That would have been, oh, my goat's playing tonight. Let's go.
that wouldn't have been his game anyways. He's a or he was billed as a run stuffer. He was never much of a pass rusher.
No matter what he's billed as, this is what happens. Oh, but my
Either
other
the point
goat's
is,
not playing tonight? How's that work?
who are you talking about?
Malachi played tonight.
Uh,
They got actual time. He got actual snaps. And then
they gave up their
Azaria
entire defense. Somebody got
there.
up there.
I still don't
I think
understand
he's
not
hurt.
moving Brees, though.
It's because they didn't get the offers they wanted, which I know is stupid.
But this, we got an offer of a 3rd-round pick, but we'd rather not take the Chiefs 3rd. We'll just take the comp 3rd is stupid. The Chiefs 3rd's going to be better. Or even if it's a 4th, it's an actual pick that is actually in your hands. Because you know what happens if you sign multiple free agents that play? You don't get the comp pick. Yeah. So, like, just trade him for some value. Like, especially when you said to him you were going to trade him and then he said he didn't want to be there anymore. That's all. Just get rid of him.
The only other thing I can think of that, like, and I'm not even saying I necessarily agree with this process, but like this could be feasible, is you look at where their offense is at. And was Garrett Wilson already showing signs of being hurt before the trade deadline? I can't remember.
He hasn't played it. Like, I think he played 2 weeks ago, but he had missed the 2 games before that and then played and then got taken out.
Right. So, point being, you knew Garrett Wilson was hurt. You look at the rest of their receiver room. Mason Taylor's been great as a rookie. But outside of that, you don't have a lot of people there. So I can see the Jets front office going, okay, we're going to keep Brees so we have a weapon so we can see if Justin Fields is worth caring about. Give him the rest of the season to see if he can prove anything. My money's going to be on no, but still, I could see that thought process. I don't know if that's what they were thinking, and it's not thought process I agree with, but that would at least be something, I suppose. Either way, I mean, I do agree. I'm mostly just trying to play devil's advocate here, but
as you should.
Yeah,
somebody's got it. Okay,
but they did far more than good than bad, so I'm not gonna yell at them for not trading Brees when they managed to reel in 3 first-round picks and a second.
Have you seen the dumbass take that they're gonna try to trade for Burrow?
I saw Schefter talk about that and be like, it has legs.
Yeah.
Which, honestly...
I mean, maybe it has legs. But also, I don't know if... I think the amount of teams that would call if there was even an inkling that it's Burrow, I think... I don't know, even with the amount of picks, if the Jets could put together the best offer.
Atlanta trades all their picks in the next 2 drafts, plus Michael Penix to go get Burrow.
There are a couple of teams that I think do that.
Yeah.
I think... I'm trying to think of the teams that won't. Especially in the NFC. Because I think the Bengals would go not in the AFC. I think they would just immediately say no. In the NFC, who doesn't call?
Starting in the North, Chicago.
And Green Bay.
And Detroit.
Okay.
Just because of the money they already have tied up in Goff.
That's fair.
I mean, listen, it's not like I know we shit on Goff all the time. He's executing their offense. He's doing what he needs to do for them.
That's
so fair. Minnesota, I don't know.
I think Minnesota calls. Yeah.
Could you afford him?
Yes. It would
I assume
end up really interesting. It's already going to have to be. We're like $50 million over the cap right now.
Okay.
So it's going to have to be, but we already knew that, and it was already going to get moved. So can we? Yes. Should we? Maybe not, but also fuck it. Like, it's one of those, if it's the take of like, if this player who should never be available becomes available, you're going to figure it out. Because at that point, it's like you need the one guy to stay on your roster, and that's about it.
Right. But going to the NFC East, Philly doesn't call.
Yep. Dallas
Giants don't.
Especially if Shane, whatever, is fired at the end of the year, if you're a new GM, you're not stuck to Jackson Dart.
This is fair.
Like, the Giants are weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say they might. Just like Minnesota, they might.
Okay.
Washington
Commanders don't. Cowboys won't. Eagles won't. So then you move to the West. Rams don't.
It depends. If they win the Super Bowl this year, I think Stafford retires.
Okay, fair.
And
That's
right now,
point.
they should be the favorite.
Yes, absolutely.
So the Rams are probably
maybe.
not. But
well, even if you want to say it, Seattle doesn't.
No.
Darnold's playing super well. Niners do, absolutely.
I was going to say the Niners are calling. They're calling.
Cardinals do, absolutely.
Yep.
And then you go to the South, and I'm going to say none of them call.
Really?
But it's not because I think they have their quarterback figured out. It's because I think if you look at the Saints, they're not going to trade away their future for a 28-year-old quarterback when their roster's a mess. I think the Panthers are in a similar boat. The Bucks aren't going to call because Baker's locked in. They love Baker. Baker's winning
the
ball
Bucks are
games.
the only team I agree.
And I lied. The Falcons are in the South for some reason.
The Falcons
I forgot Atlanta was there.
I think the Panthers are calling immediately. I think the Panthers look at this year being 5-5 and go, if we had Burrow, we'd be winning the South and be a Super Bowl contender. I think that's how they view it.
I forgot the Panthers were 5-5.
Like, we just beat the Packers and our quarterback threw for 12 yards. Like, I think they look at it like we're right there.
I forgot the Panthers were 5-5. I concur.
And I think the Saints are just dumb enough where they'd do it.
I don't know.
And they'd make a whole announcement afterwards, like, we called Drew Brees, we're going to let him wear 9. The Louisiana kid's coming back, even though he's not from Louisiana.
Okay, that's...
Like, the Saints would do the, like, PR bit of it so quickly. And you don't want to hand it to a 28-year-old quarterback. We're just going to hand it to a 27-year-old rookie. Sure, man. That's not even shitting on Shuck. That's just...
Well, I'm just saying, you don't have to give up anything for Shuck.
That's fair.
And, Burrow, you'd have to trade multiple first-round picks, money.
For sure.
Like...
And I think that's the thing with almost all of the other quarterbacks, including, like, Arizona, is you're throwing in a quarterback, which makes the load a little lighter for all of the other teams. Because, like, Minnesota, you throw in McCarthy and some picks, that's a lighter load than if you're just trying to move picks, which I don't know if the Bengals would be as interested in Shuck or Rattler, at least not yet.
I was going to say, the thing is, though, about all those quarterbacks, I think they might send you from saving, like, a third.
I don't know. The Bengals are weird, and like Schefter's whole take was, it's maybe the Bengals just...
his whole thing.
Like, it's... The part of it is like watching Flacco. Maybe the Bengals just think with these weapons we can have anybody that's not Jake Browning, which all of these quarterbacks are not Jake Browning. They are all better than Jake Browning.
At that point, I don't think you're looking at, Shuck or Rattler or JJ McCarthy and saying, yeah, you guys can keep a first round pick. I don't think it's saving you from that. I think you're looking at it going,
you have to remember it's the Bengals, and the $50 million difference might be enough. You got to remember Bengals ownership, dude. Like, there's so many factors at play with an idea like this. By the way, I want to say this is not happening. This is all just us being dumb and playing. It's fun. Yeah, it's a fun hypothetical. It's not going to happen. And the Bengals might still make the playoffs. You never know. I would like to move on, though. And hey, Saints and Panthers. Bryce Young might suck, dude.
I don't care. He's arrived. Where my real shuckers at? Shout out to him. 282, 2 touchdowns. We made Chris Olave look like a real receiver again. This guy has no interest in Tyler Shuck, so I'm just going to talk. He's so good. Or the
Saints, or Chris Olave, or...
But Shuck played so well. He did so good. I'm so proud of him. He made a couple big-time throws. He did the good.
More important, Tet dropped a ball. Mike Emeka would never.
That won't happen again.
It might. His quarterback is Bryce Young.
I was going to say it's Bryce's fault.
Dude, what happened?
To Bryce?
Yeah, again.
I don't know, man. I don't care enough to... Whoa!
What?
I didn't know he was on the Saints. Zaire Mitchell-Payton, who was Pat Ricard's understudy on the Ravens while he was hurt, is apparently a Saint and caught a 14-yard pass in this game. Did not know that. That's neat. But no, the only thing I care about in this game is Shuck looked really good. Like, he was making NFL level throws. He was processing from the pocket. You know, he was maneuvering well. He did great. I mean, he looked like an NFL quarterback. He looked like the guy I thought he was going to be stepping into the league. And this was Chris Olave's first 100-yard game, and I don't know how many years, or not how many years, how many games, how many weeks. Juwan Johnson had a huge game, which makes sense given that Oregon chemistry. You've heard that, right?
That
they were
so boring. It's his
What?
first 100-yard game, and I don't know how many games. He had 98 in back-to-back weeks earlier this year.
tough. Anyways, you've heard about Juwan Johnson and Shuck being college teammates, right?
No, but that tracks.
Juwan Johnson was drafted not drafted, went undrafted in 2020.
Yeah.
He's been in the league for
No,
5
that tracks.
years.
I mean, Shuck started playing quarterback in college in 2014, so that tracks.
Yeah. No, but it's just really funny.
It's the
and
same.
it's
It's the Jaden Daniels thing. There's somebody with him too that's really weird. I don't remember, but there is. Maybe Brandon Ayuk.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, just because I'm an asshole, I'm not actually. His previous best game was the Chicago game. 5 for 98 and 2 touchdowns.
Olave?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well,
The only 2 touchdowns the Saints had that game.
I was going to say, Bears won that game, so I don't care.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really funny. He hasn't had a 100-yard game in how long? And it's like, well, all right, man.
But yeah, I mean, the big thing was in this game, Rico Dowdle wasn't super efficient. I think he averaged, 3 yards a carry?
Because the
Just under
Saints'
3 yards
run
a carry.
defense has been really good all year. It's the Saints, so who cares?
Yeah, but no, that was the difference maker in this game. Outside of Shuck playing super well, they bottled up Rico Dowdle. He has been the key to Carolina's offense. They couldn't get him going, so things are bound to happen. Dainty Penis is their kick returner and their punt returner. Holy shit!
We're
I
moving
didn't
on
know
from
that
to the Patriots might be for real.
I had to shout him out. He's goated. But yeah, no, the Patriots are baller, dude. Drake May is so good.
They bullied the Buccaneers. The fact that Travion Henderson bullied the Buccaneers is what bugs me.
Went for almost $150, didn't he?
Yeah, on 14 carries. He averaged over 10 yards a carry.
Yeah.
On the Bucs
blocking was
defense.
great. Yeah.
The Bucs need Bucky back, man. They need it bad.
No, they need him, and they don't have Godwin either. He's been out forever.
Honestly, their offense has been fine. I mean, they're rocking with Emeka and Kate Otten. Like, that's fine. They need the run game to exist so that they don't only have to throw.
Rachaad White had been playing well outside of this game. Like, he's been productive. It's just the Patriots are a really good football team. Their defensive line is great.
That's fair. Bucky,
No, he's
Rashad's been good, but Bucky's a difference maker, and they need
I
their.
agree 100%.
They need their.
I agree 100%.
Emeka's so good, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, he's insane.
I know I predicted him to be the best receiver in that class. I did not expect him to come out and be this guy yet. Like, he's JSN right now. Like, and it took JSN 3 years to get here. 2 years, whatever.
JSN, yeah. Well, it's because JSN was stuck in the offense from hell last year, and then the offense from super hell the year before with the evil man whose name I've blocked out of my memory.
I'm not going to help you.
Oh my god. Why? Am I really that traumatized?
Apparently.
What was his name? What was his name?
I'm trying to come up with a way to give you a hint without telling you. Wasn't Yaya Diaby. That's all.
Shane Waldron.
There
Oh my
you
god,
go.
Shane Waldron.
When I initially said I'm not going to help you, I forgot for a second, and then it clicked, and I'm like, all right, I kept wanting to say Walmart, and I didn't know if that was a good enough hit because Walter and Walmart is close.
No, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Patriots are good though. Stephon Diggs existing makes me happy.
He's been great. Kyle Williams had the big touchdown in this game. Pop Douglas had a couple catches in that game. And then also in the game that just wrapped up, he had a couple nice catches. He had a 4th down conversion. Like, Pop Douglas is playing well. Defensively, Christian Gonzalez is a monster.
Yep.
Like, he's so good.
Christian Barmore's been back and been great. Caleb Jason be doing things.
Milton Williams has been really good for them.
Yeah, that's the guy I forgot.
Everybody, but the only thing I don't like about the Patriots is they're doing this fake woke Kyrus Tonga at fullback bullshit. I don't care that it works. It's evil and I hate it. Get it off my screen. You have Jack Westover. You have a real fullback. Don't do this bullshit.
Tell him to stop holding.
He held one time.
Kyrus Tonga's never held. Bro's looking at he wants me to be wrong so bad. Watch it show defensive holding penalties.
I was going to say, I'm taking that.
That's not how this works.
That's good enough for me.
It's good enough for me. That's crazy. Bro's trying to push narratives. I get it. The Stephon Diggs thing to me is so funny. I love how this is now the second time in his career he's been perfect as the main weapon for a young quarterback.
Yeah.
It's weird. As much of a diva as Diggs is, he is very much I'm going to do everything in my power to make this work and then go complain on the sidelines. The best kind of diva wide receiver. If you're going to be a diva, at least be great on the field and then complain later. You know?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Every time I watch Drake May on a scramble drill, the only person paying attention and doing what he's supposed to is Diggs. He's just like, I'm here, fucking give me the ball.
Yeah, he learned. He knows. Have you seen the thing going around with Drake May about how Tom Brady said he gave his DNA 23 years ago to a cloning thing, and it just so happened to be in the state where Drake May was born, and Drake May is 23 years old?
Yeah, I don't think that's what happened.
Makes you think.
No, it doesn't. Drake May is an athlete, something I can promise you Tom Brady is not.
Well, no, it's because he's also got the May genes. This guy doesn't know. He doesn't know about the May genes. Real ones remember.
You know what I do know?
What do you know about Luke May? What do you know about his bigger brother? You know what I do know? Brother? I'm not moving on till you acknowledge my North Carolina GOAT.
No, because I don't know anything about him.
Acknowledge him.
No, he's not my tribal chief.
He is now. Hit a game winner and showed up to class at 7 a.m. the next day.
Okay.
He's my GOAT. I miss Luke May. But anyways, what's the next game here?
The one that I don't want to talk about, but we gotta.
Oh.
Dude, I'm so mad. For so many reasons. Brian Flores does not deserve this. What?
I didn't know Ricard had a carry.
Yeah. Brian Flores does not deserve this, man. We held the Ravens to field goals for the entire game. Until the very end, when the defense finally got tired. After the worst sequence of events I have ever seen in any football game, ever. J.J. McCarthy throws a pick, the one that you were laughing at earlier because of the way Justin Jefferson reacts. That one still bugs me because I hate that we're clowning J.J. McCarthy for that one because it does look like a bad throw. Until you realize Justin Jefferson's laying on the ground because he tripped, which happened after JJ threw it. And I'm sorry, I don't care what world you're living in. Justin Jefferson one-on-one with Marlon Humphrey down the field. I am taking that shot 100 out of 100 times. We just found the one time out of 100 where JJ falls down, which sucks. But he throws the pick. Ravens go score. Kickoff, Miles Price, fumble ball, Ravens get ball, score. Kickoff, Miles Price, fumble ball, Ravens get ball, go score. Fuck, I was going insane. Like, up until Miles Price decided he forgot what holding a football was, I thought we still were in it. Like, it was going to click. We were going to be fine. And like it did, Jalen Naylor decided, hey, I'm the best receiver in football right now. What are you going to do about it? And the Ravens said nothing and just let him school him. The issue is nobody else was existing. I don't know what was going on with Justin Jefferson in this game. I don't want to hate on him too much, but like the first interception, Justin Jefferson just like stops and lets Malachi Starks jump in front of him. When every other game I've ever watched Justin Jefferson play, he just jumps for that ball, makes the catch, and we move. That one was weird. I'm not going to overreact to him walking after Malachi picked it. He knew he touched Malachi Starks. He's not wasting time. That's dumb. He's like, I don't need to. Let him run. Then the 3 plays later, he drops a touchdown. And then 3 plays later, he drops a different ball, and then he trips on the other deep ball. There were some bad throws by JJ, do not get me wrong, especially later in the game. When it became we have to throw the ball on every play to try to come back, JJ started missing a ton of balls, whatever. But that was a very uncharacteristic day from Justin Jefferson, and I don't like that. I'm hoping it was just a bad day. It probably was. Yeah. I mean, he's the best receiver in football. I'm sure it'll get better. I am intrigued because he posted on Instagram today clips from 2022. And he's like, I need to get back to this version of me. And it's like, man, as long as JJ can throw this week, legacy game incoming. But if he keeps overthrowing them, nah. Kevin O'Connell's pissing me off, though. I love him. Great coach. Anybody saying get rid of him is stupid. Run the fucking football. 3rd and 1, deep shot. The one I understand. 1-on-1 with Marlon Humphrey, you take that. I understand. But also, the Vikings, I saw this stat. Let me see if I can pull it up. But I saw this stat. The Vikings on 3rd down and 4th down and 1 have gone for it 24 times. They on 3rd and 4th and 1, they have thrown the ball 19 out of 24 times. The fuck are we doing? Especially in a game versus the Ravens where, I don't know, what happened? Aaron Jones is averaging 5.5 yards a carry. Jordan Mason's averaging 6.5 yards a carry. I don't know. Hand someone the football, please. What are we doing? What I don't know why Kevin O'Connell's afraid to run the ball. I don't. I get it last year when it's Ty Chandler. I don't get it this year. Yes, Miller?
Why doesn't he run the ball with Sajarius Ham?
I think he's still hurt.
I thought he played in this game.
He might have. Oh, yeah, he definitely did.
He definitely did. Because I remember he's on the clip that I was laughing at where Jefferson watches Humphrey run.
Yeah. But
why
don't you? What? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't like it. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. Brian Flores is still great at coach defense. We know this because Lamar Jackson barely got 200 yards of total offense in a game where the Ravens had the ball most of the game. That's pretty good. That's doing pretty good.
Derrick Henry was 20 for 75.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's almost like spending all that money to beef up the trenches worked, and it worked for the running game too. We're just not using it, and I don't understand. I don't get it. And also, real quick, shout out, if you're doing a film review anytime this year, I genuinely think you need to watch, not the 2 old men, watch Jalen Redmond and Levi Drake Rodriguez. They're fucking awesome. They're so good.
Okay.
They're so good. It's so much fun. I haven't had that much fun watching defensive tackle, specifically for my team, in a long time. Jonathan Allen is still great. Javon Hargrave is hit or miss. Some days he's Javon Hargrave, some days he's not. That's why Jalen Redmond has been so good, is it's like, oh, Javon's not doing it today. Jalen.
Right.
Jonathan Allen has just been Jonathan Allen like he always has been, which is he's going to clog up the middle, do all the dirty work, and get no praise for it. But he's still been Jonathan Allen, and I love that.
He had a sack in this game.
Yeah. He did. He did.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, I don't know how hurt Grenard ended up being. Still scared about that. I just haven't been paying attention. Been a long week. This weird thing Jonathan Grenard has about not knowing how to tackle is pissing me off. Every week, he has the quarterback in both arms at least 6 times and doesn't get a single sack. I don't get it. Like, I thought it was just like week 1, the whole Caleb Williams thing. It's like, oh, he's just a magician. No, Jonathan Grenard just can't tackle. I don't know why.
Grenard did not practice today after being limited yesterday.
Okay, at least I really thought with the way he was holding his shoulder that he like tore his pec or his tricep and he was done. So he's not done. That's good. He doesn't need to play. Honestly, we have learned. You know who the most valuable person on that defense is?
Darrisaw, who also did... Oh, defense. Sorry, I thought you meant the team. Darrisaw is the most valuable on the team, but on the defense, who are we referring to?
It's Gink. By a lot.
Yeah. He practiced today in limited capacity, also hurt neck injury.
Yeah, I think he's going to be on the injury report for that all year, but the fact that he played last week means he's probably still playing.
Yeah.
He just neck. So he's just
the other reason
it's the limited practice thing because it's like JJ, he like didn't do as much yesterday because his hand is bruised, and then today it was like, oh, he fully practiced, he's healthy now. It's like, yeah, because if you take a single rep off in practice, you have to be listed on the injury report. That's how it works.
Yeah, I also was going to point out that Darrisaw did not practice today after being full yesterday.
Yeah, that's also just a thing. His knee injury, they keep doing things.
Yep. But yeah, on the other side, I do want to give Baltimore's defense their flowers because they have been playing so good as of late. Like the last couple games have just been so huge. They've been the Baltimore defense of old, the group that we were promised 3,000 years ago. But unfortunately, early in the season, they were not that. And even more unfortunately, they figured it out against my Bears. But they played great against Minnesota. Obviously, 2 big turnovers. Didn't get to the quarterback a whole lot, but still, very, very good defensive unit.
That is the one thing that I actually can praise JJ on. His ability
Sack
to...
avoidance?
Yes. As much as he's still getting sacked anyways, that's more of an issue of you have a lifetime guard playing center and still zero cohesion on the offensive line. But like, yes, he's still taking a lot of sacks. A lot of that is also the rookie thing. But like, he is able to avoid them so much better. This is the thing that I was talking about last year with Sam Darnold is like, this is why I wanted JJ. And so far it's been correct. Now we just need JJ to get his mechanics a little more straightened out and hit all of these throws, and we'll be good. I still have a lot of faith. I apparently am like the only Vikings fan who hasn't given up on the kid after his 4th start. Shoot me. I have faith in the quarterback that, if Miller remembers, I always thought was going to be really good. Even before the Vikings drafted him, I liked JJ. I saw things. I still have faith in the kid. Maybe I'm the weirdo. But hey, he's the weirdo. Shout out 9, I guess.
I'm biting my tongue on 9.
You can make it. I don't. You can make the joke.
I'm waiting until
I see what you're doing, you motherfucker.
I'm not going to say anything about 9. I think 9 is a wonderful gimmick. It's very scary.
What your take is going to be if he plays well against the Bears, which this is not entirely a shot at the Bears. Their defense is really banged up, but he should play well against the Bears.
No, we have me and you at corner.
Yeah. Like if he plays bad against the Bears, at least for the full game, a bad quarter or whatever, I don't care. But if he plays just like ass the whole game, I'm going to come in here and rip apart 9.
But yeah, from the looks of it, it's going to be me and you at corner with Grayson at safety and Jake at linebackers. So that tells you what we've got going on.
Yeah. And apparently pissed off Justin Jefferson with a point to prove. So
But we'll get to talking about the Bears in a second. We got to talk about Buffalo and Miami. Josh Allen, come outside. We gotta have a conversation, big dog.
Is this 5 Josh Allen games in a row where he just doesn't look like he wants to play football?
I don't know if it's been that many. I haven't been
There was the
keeping track
Saints
of that
game.
degree. Mm-hmm.
There was the Chiefs game. He played all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This game, I know the stats look good. 306 yards, 2 touchdowns. He pulled a Dak, like prime Dak, full garbage time. 2 touchdowns to Keon Coleman and blocking tight end Jackson Hawes, who was a stud. Shout out to him. But yeah, no, this was a rough game from Josh Allen. But honestly, I want to give a lot of credit to Miami's defense. Their defense stepped up in this game. They played very, very well. The front four in particular, Jordan Phillips had a huge game for them. And honestly,
what we've learned is Jalen Phillips was the problem in Miami.
I was gonna say, did they get to? Yeah, no, they did have a couple. They did have a couple sacks. Bradley Chubb got to the quarterback. Willie Gay, Zach Seiler. They did have some sacks. So, yeah.
Jalen Phillips was the problem.
Real quick, do you have the stats pulled up?
Yeah, but I only see Miami's offense.
Do you know who picked off Josh in this game?
Probably wasn't Minka. Was it the Duck?
No.
Okay.
It is a player I forgot existed.
Is it a player who's new to this team?
Is it his? Yes, this is his first year with the team.
Julius Brents?
No, but he is a stud. He played awesome in this game.
Career
Detroit Lion before this.
Oh, Melifonwu, the other one.
Yeah,
because I'm thinking Obi, but that's not right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the Raider.
If he had the interception in this game, which I didn't know he was in Miami, and I forgot he existed, but shout out to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, defensively, Jordan Brooks is a tackling machine. He's insane. Juju Brents had a really big game for them in coverage. And then I mentioned Jordan Phillips up front. Jack Jones, he does as he pleases.
He just goes places. I wish he was a Viking.
Yeah. And then offensively, Devon Achane is the truth. He's so good. What's that? 155 total yards and 2 touchdowns on 28 touches, or 255 yards. Sorry, or 200. Jesus, I can't do math. 225 yards on 28 touches with 2 touchdowns. There we go. That's math. He played out of his mind. And then Jalen Waddle had a big game through the air after the trade allegations, and then Tua ended up getting picked off twice. Who got Tua? Cole Bishop. Shout out to him, and that guy I'm not going to mention. Okay. But yeah, no, just a really good game for Miami. Geek mentioned earlier the coaching with Mike McDaniel, and the way he calls the run game, how well they ran the ball in this game. They had no business beating this Buffalo team, but they did, and that is concerning, to say the very least.
Well, it's what I've been saying. I haven't gotten to talk to Miller about football in 8 weeks, but it's what I've been saying about the Bills is that they're not that good. They're another team that really does fall into they really only beat bad teams. Like you beat the Ravens in week 1, which looked good at the time, but we know what the Ravens were at that time now. Wasn't. Yeah. You beat the Jets, you beat the Dolphins.
Weaknesses were clear in that game. Yep. Like their defense got carved up, and we talked about it right away. This did not look like a defense that could contend. Now you got Miami hanging 30 on you. And again, as much as I love Devon Achane, he played great. Miami shouldn't hang 30 on you. That should not happen when Tua throws for less than 200 yards and has 2 interceptions.
Yeah. We're at the point where any team with a run game is going to smoke the Bills. They're just gonna. And because, your wins are the Ravens, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Saints, the Panthers, and then the Chiefs is your lone good win.
Yeah.
And even then, we're all still sitting here saying the Chiefs aren't there yet, but they're getting there. And it's also a problem when you beat the Chiefs, but barely, when Mahomes plays the worst game of his career. Like, that's a problem. I'm hoping that we know the Bills won't miss the playoffs. Like, there's really realistically no world. Realistically, there's no world. At least I think. Maybe I'm on drugs.
I mean, if they don't win their division,
I mean, there's one team out of their division with a better record than them currently. Two
I was gonna say
can move ahead of them. Like, I don't.
Sixth right now. Like would have the 6th seed if the season ended today. They'd be in the same spot as Chicago.
But like, I'm really hoping, even if they make the playoffs, that this is the year they realize McDermott can't stay.
I was gonna say it's crazy to think about the amount of top AFC teams, or at least teams that we talk about, we take seriously in the AFC, that just have bad coaches.
Yeah,
because like them and Baltimore
the Bills,
being the prime 2 examples.
The Bengals. Who else? Who else is like just definitively a bad coach?
Those are really the 3 I was thinking of.
That's fair.
I would throw in the Broncos, Sean Payton in there. Yeah.
But if you want to debate me on that one, that's fine.
Again, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't mean actually right now. I just mean in general. If you want to say not Sean Payton, fine. But still, yeah, it's ridiculous. I think the most concerning one of those coaches has to be the Bills.
I disagree.
Well, McDermott still calls plays and actively is supposed to be running the thing that is the reason your team is bad. Like, that is the worst thing you can be as a coach. Like, Harbaugh, yeah, he sucks, but you can't actively be like, well, it's his fault. He coaches this side of the ball, and this side of the ball is bad.
If you want to take that angle, then sure. Yeah.
He is,
from that perspective, I don't disagree.
Yeah. The Bills are in trouble. The AFC, it's just, the Chiefs are just winning the AFC. It's just over already, and I hate it. There's just no parity over there.
I just think it would be really funny if in the season with the most parity, like in recent memory, everyone's like, anyone can win, the Chiefs still make it out because fuck you.
Well, because none of the top AFC teams are there yet. Maybe the Patriots are. They're so young, I just don't have faith.
My point is just, it would be so funny if we're sitting here in February and it's Kansas City versus LA, Seattle, whoever, and everyone's like, oh wow, the NFC was so cool, so competitive, and the Chiefs just like walk.
See, the Chiefs aren't gonna, I don't think they're gonna win the Super Bowl. I think whatever NFC team comes out is just a better team right now.
No, I agree. I'm just saying the concept would be quite
that is funny. I also still think the funniest outcome and the most hurtful to me is a Colts Seahawks Super Bowl. That is the greatest outcome.
I kind of want that to happen now.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But speaking of NFC contenders, Bears Giants, Chicago.
Brother, I don't want to rain on your parade, but have you seen your defense?
Hey, let me have this.
No, you know what I'm going to let you have? You probably have the best quarterback in the NFC once Stafford retires.
Dude, Caleb's so good.
I think you can probably give him number 2 already. I don't care. Stafford is just, right now, Stafford is literally perfect. Like, I agree. Like, there's not, right now, Stafford's the best quarterback in football. I don't care.
If we're talking about just the way they're playing this year, I think it's Stafford and then it's Darnold. Like, Darnold's been insane.
The issue is Darnold keeps having the same issues. Seattle's just really good. Like, we're just not talking about, like, last week, I kept seeing, back on this tangent, I kept seeing this, Darnold's playing so much better than JJ. Darnold looked like shit last week. The Seahawks defense just ate the Cardinals. Yeah. He just gets to get away with it because the Seahawks are so good.
Yeah. But with Chicago, I mean, this is the first week I've gotten to talk about them since Ben Johnson and Caleb have locked in, and oh my God. Oh my fucking God. I have not enjoyed football this much in 7 years. And I can say that confidently. Since 2018, this is the last time I enjoyed football this much. Caleb has been amazing. He put the team on his back in this game where he was routinely failed by his supporting cast. I mean, he ended this game 20-36 with 220 yards and a touchdown, and then 8 for 63 with another on the ground. And through the air, he easily should have been like 28 of 36 with 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. He hit Olamide Zaccheaus perfectly in the hands in the end zone, wide open, no one near him, and he dropped it. And then DJ Moore, he had maybe throw of the year too. And I'm not as mad at DJ because he just couldn't get his feet down. But regardless, between DeAndre Swift dropping the football, Kamanungai dropping the football, Zaccheaus repeatedly, Roma Dunze's had continued drop problems, but he had a pretty good game this week. If not for drops, this would have been a beyond incredible game. But if we're looking at the way he played, the way he stepped up in the fourth quarter, this was the best game of Caleb Williams' career. And to orchestrate the comeback he did was so awesome. I mean, everyone in Chicago, his teammates, I think Ben Johnson called him it in like a mic'd up clip. They're calling him the Iceman, and I love it. It's the first time the Bears have had a quarterback with a nickname that was like good. We've
Gotta
had
be
Bustin
careful
Fields.
though, because
Why?
remember what happened the week after 9 came about.
Okay, but this isn't Caleb Williams being like, I have an alter ego. His name's the Iceman. This is all of his teammates being like, hey, he's the Iceman. And Caleb being like, hey, great team win, guys. Like,
Yeah, but JJ's been called 9 all year by his teammates, but the minute he said it.
he started to suck. Caleb hasn't said it yet.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
No. But you know,
Sorry.
I adore Caleb Williams. He's so good. I love
hate
him. Also, a couple underrated things. Geek already mentioned the Bears defense has been bad, but shockingly, Montez Sweat is having an incredible stretch of like 4 games. He has 5.5 sacks and a forced fumble over the last 4 games. Austin Booker is back and is a fucking demon. He led the team in pressures in this game. He's a demon.
That's not what I'm... Talk about the real best player on your defense, apparently.
Oh, yeah, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the best free agent signing, the best midseason free agent signing in NFL history.
The best pass rusher on the Bears for some reason.
No, okay. When Dennis Allen draws up a nickel blitz, it's going to get home. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson's been incredible. He has like 4 sacks over the last couple weeks. Like, I think it's 3, actually. I think he has 3 sacks. But like his sacks they were in big moments in this game. He had a big one on 3rd down when the Bears were down 3 towards the end of the game. He's been all right in coverage. He's been good in run defense. Like, he's been an incredible signing to the point where Kyler Gordon's slated to come back off IR before Jalen Johnson. And I'm honestly in favor of letting Kyler play outside when he's back out on the field, having him and Stevenson as the 2 outside corners and letting CJ stick in the nickel. But the defense is an issue. I mean, Noah Sewell is a complete liability in coverage, and it's looking like he's going to play again this week because TJ Edwards hurt his hammy. And then Nashawn Wright.
Yep. Hey, but he had that pick 6 that one time.
He has 2 pick 6s this year. But he is
what a
awful.
Random guy to have 2 pick 6s.
Yeah. I think there were 2 pick 6s. I'm almost positive. I'm going to double check that real quick. He's had a couple interceptions. Like, but yeah, the defense is a problem. It will need to be addressed. But I'm happy with what we're getting so far. No, he only has the 1. The other one was just a really long return. That's why he took it down inside like the 10. But I don't know. Grady Jarrett fucking sucks. I hate him. He's burning a hole in our wallet for no reason, doing dick all. I told
you.
Listen, man, I've been a long time Grady Jarrett fan, and I was blinded by this is a guy that balled for the Falcons, and now he's just terrible.
He's
just fucking awful.
This was the fight between me and you had this fight over him and Javon Hargrave, and I find it very interesting. I was more right because Jarrett hasn't done anything. At least Hargrave exists sometimes. But like, yeah, he's been bad, and I'm sorry. I find
Yeah,
it a
he's
little
been
funny
bad.
because I'm a Bears hater, but you do the same thing. So
Yeah. On the bright side, though, if we want to look at where I can victory lap, Tremaine Edmonds has been a top 5 linebacker in football this year after everyone told me he should be cut at the end of last year, which I thought was so funny. He leads the league in interceptions. Not just by linebacker, by defensive players. Him and Kevin Byard are tied for first in the league with 4 interceptions apiece, which Byard has also been a stud. And then offensively, I already touched on Rome's been great when he can actually catch the football. Colston Loveland's had back-to-back really good games. He had 55 in this one. Run games are working. Luther Burden's a fucking demon. And for some reason, people want to kill DJ Moore, which makes no sense. He's the best wide receiver we have. We're just
I
misusing him.
disagree.
He's pretty
Rome.
easily. Rome can't catch consistently.
I don't care.
I do a lot when it's costing us in important positions.
I'm not going to say it because it'll start another fight again, but I'm sure the random no effort plays from DJ Moore have never costed you anything.
The ones that don't exist.
Okay,
at least haven't. In this stretch that the Bears have been on, they don't exist.
To be fair, I haven't watched the Bears that much in this stretch. So
this current dominant stretch the Bears have had, DJ Moore has not had any effort issues whatsoever. Last year he had them, sure, when the entire offense was a fucking mess and there were maybe 3 people on the entire team giving any effort. But with Ben Johnson, DJ Moore hasn't had any issues with effort at all. In fact, you can look at multiple plays where he sets key blocks downfield for guys running after the catch or for DeAndre Swift. And people just ignore that. That doesn't matter, apparently.
No, doesn't. Real quick.
He's...
sorry, please finish your thought.
I was just going to say, he's really good, and people need to shut the fuck up. But anyways, go on.
Dable got fired.
Who did? Dable? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is the
third time the Giants have fired a head coach immediately after playing the Bears in the last 20 years.
Interesting. Oh, did you know technically the odds are that Kevin O'Connell gets fired? It's not going to happen, but did you not see this stat going into Ravens week? So the Vikings had played the Ravens 7 times in their history. The 4 times the Vikings had lost, they fired their head coach at the end of that season. The 3 times the Vikings won, they went to the NFC Championship game that season. It's not going to happen, but it is a really weird stat. Dude, it's not going to happen. I know you just want to be able to have the best coach in the division, but it's not going to happen.
Who's to say we don't already?
I am. Beat a team that has won more than 1 game, and I'll call you important. You're doing the 2023 Vikings things where you beat only bad teams and you claim you're great. Win a real football game. Yeah.
What's the biggest problem with Kevin O'Connell right now? What were you literally just saying like 10 minutes ago is pissing you off?
Doesn't run the football.
You know who's leading the most efficient running offense in all of football and also the most explosive pass game in all of football?
Don't care.
I do.
Win a game that matters. Next time you play a team that is above 500, don't lose by 50 and maybe we'll talk. It's a joke because of the Lions game. Dude, settle down.
Lost by 31. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. Is that you also let the Bengals score 42? I don't want to hear it.
How's that Ben Johnson's fault?
I don't know. It just is.
So the other thing I want to say about this game,
he hired the DC who let it happen, man. That's why it's his fault.
Yeah. But now I am still not very moved by Jackson Dart. He's better than Russell Wilson. I'll give him that.
Yes.
The problem is Jackson Dart. How do I put this in a way that will piss off the racists? If Jackson Dart was black, if Jackson Dart was black, he'd be getting called slurs on Twitter. It would be called a running back, but because he's a quirked up white boy, it's like, oh, he's so cool. No, he's doing the same shit that a lot of young quarterbacks that are good scramblers have done, and like that's fine. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he hasn't really elevated his game as a passer all that much. A lot of the big throws he hit in this game are to wide open receivers, or the one crazy Darius Slayton one-handed catch in tight coverage, which just wasn't a good football. I think Jackson Dart, like, he's hanging in and he's doing a good job. And that's another reason why I don't understand why they fired Dable, considering he was running an offense that was perfectly tailored to Jackson Dart's talents. I guess if you want to say he ran Dart too much, because that's what ended up getting him hurt. He ended up getting concussed. But, like, Dable was the perfect coach for Jackson Dart. He picked Jackson Dart. That's who he wanted. And now you get rid of him and you hang on Joe Shane, who's a terrible general manager. What are we doing? I don't understand.
Not his fault. It was all Dable. Yeah. Moving on from that, I don't know. I don't care. The Jaguars aren't good. Okay, I brought this up to Caleb the other day, but I guess I'm going to ask you this too. If the Bengals are serious about being done with Burrow, what about the Prince for the Burrow? Because honestly, the thing I think makes more sense, is Kyler for the Prince, because both QBs just need new situation. And I think that's about it. I still have so much faith in Trevor, but it just kind of feels like Jacksonville ain't going to work.
Yeah, and I also don't think him and Liam Cohen mesh well.
Yeah.
And Liam Cohen's a great coach. I really like what he's done in Jacksonville. So I think if you got to pick one or the other, and you have an opportunity to get a Kyler or whatever, then you do that.
Especially when you've seen Cohen work with a QB similar to Kyler. Him and Baker do a lot of similar things. Kyler's a better runner, but like their skill sets are similar as passers.
Yeah, the creating out of structure, being able to extend plays, like things like that. Absolutely, yeah. It's just you replace the big dog mentality of lowering the shoulder against the corner to running around the corner because he simply cannot keep up. But yeah, no, I like Jacksonville. This was a tough game for them. It didn't help that one of my favorite players in the league, and it feels good to say that now that he's been freed from his clutches. I know I bring this up every time, and he's been gone for multiple years, but I don't care. Danielle Hunter had an insane game with 3.5 sacks.
Yeah,
God,
I
love
best.
him. I'm so glad he's on a team where I can say nice things about him. It's very nice. Also, Davis Mills, built different, had a big time game, big time legacy drive at the end of this one to take the lead and put this one away. Jaden Higgins had a touchdown in this. That's exciting. Nico Collins, 7 for $136 because he's so goated. Woody Marks also had a very, very nice game on the ground. 4.5 yards per carry, a touchdown. His yards over expected, I'm pretty sure, are pretty good. For Jacksonville, Parker Washington, big game. 3 for 33 and a touchdown. But yeah, no, I think the marriage of Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen is not great, and I would definitely side with Liam Cohen if I'm Jacksonville, especially if there's an opportunity to replace him quickly, just because I don't think those two mesh all that well.
Yeah, I do think, like, that is, out of any of the QB moves that we've, like, jokingly mentioned, I think a Kyler Trevor Lawrence swap is, like, possible.
I could see it.
Like, it is the only one where I sit here and I'm like, I mean, maybe.
Right.
I mean, maybe the Geno one, but I don't. Part of me thinks the Raiders are going to run it back. I think they're going to be like, we can build from this. We have faith. And Geno's contract is big, so fuck it.
Yeah.
It feels like maybe they draft a quarterback to sit behind Geno and they try to run it back one more time.
It's very possible. But moving on from that to the Cardinals and the Seahawks, I don't think there's a whole lot to say here. Just that Seattle is one of the best teams in the league. They're unbelievable. Their defense came up big in this one. Even though, like you said, Sam Darnold did not have his best game. the defense played well, and the run game really worked for him. Zach Charbonnet, 14 of 83 and a touchdown. Ken Walker with 14 of 67. George Holani, 7 of 31 and a touchdown. Rashid Shaheed getting involved in the run game. AJ Barner with 2 carries for 3 yards. Must have been some sort of QB sneak or something. I don't remember those off the top of my head. Defensively, Tyrese Knight was a demon, 2 sacks. He was also involved in setting up the 2 big Leonard Williams touchdowns, which that is a very crazy sentence to say. Leonard Williams scored 2 touchdowns in this game on top of having a sack. Just a monster. Just an absolute monster. He's so good and really does not get the credit he deserves and never has.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I talked about what mattered to me in that game already. And that's just, I don't know. Seattle's so good. Sunday should be game of the week.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I got the wrong defensive lineman. Leonard Williams is incredible, don't get me wrong. DeMarcus Lawrence was the one who scored twice. My fault. I apologize. It's late on my end, so losing it a little bit. I didn't actually get to watch this game outside of some of the film. I watched some of Tyrese Knight. Also, Robbie Utes, demon. Love him. Very good. Moving on from that game, Lions Commanders. I think another one where there's not a lot to say. The Commanders are fucked. Their season is pretty much over. Jaden Daniels is out for the year. Marcus Mariota played efficient in this game, but wasn't enough to beat Detroit. Whereas Detroit, I mean, their run game is unbelievable. We know this. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 for $142, 2 touchdowns. Also added 3 for 30 through the air and a touchdown. David Montgomery had 15 for 71. J-Mo had a big receiving game. Amon-Ra St. Brown scored a touchdown and then acted like a total fucking cornball loser. God, I hate him. What a
Shout
fucking
out to
dork.
Ron Payne, though. Love that guy.
Yes, free Deron Payne. He literally did nothing wrong.
Real.
Amon-Ra swung first.
Sure.
Like, that's a real thing.
Oh, did he actually? Every clip I've seen doesn't show that.
Deron Payne posted the clip on his Instagram story of Amon-Ra swinging first.
No, I just stand by Deron Payne did nothing wrong. I don't care. I don't even need to know that. I think Deron Payne did nothing wrong.
That's real.
Fuck Amon-Ra, dude. Every time the Lions do some dumb shit, it makes me so happy because they're already so unlikable, and they just keep getting more and more. Honestly, the only person who needs freed, I think,
is Monty.
Yeah. Free Monty, man.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Amon-Ra, he's just a fucking cornball, bootlicker, fucking loser, and I hate him. And
my wide receiver 1 would never. My wide receiver 2 would never. My wide receiver 3 would never.
Ditto.
Shout out Speedy. And shout out, who's your wide receiver 3, technically? Is it? Who the fuck is it?
In terms of snaps, it would be Olamide Zaccheaus. In terms of talent, it would definitely be Burden. Either way, neither one of them would do it, so I don't care. But yeah, fuck the Lions. Dumbass, bitch-ass organization, fucking bootlickers. Also, fuck Pat McAfee, and fuck him for trying to play the victim after doing his dumb shit.
Yeah.
That dude is another cornball, bootlicking loser.
It especially pisses me off just because of what he has, at least so far in his career, based his program off of.
Which is what exactly? Because I don't really watch the Pat McAfee show.
Never, I don't know. He is very much we never talk about anything political ever.
Okay.
And whether that's right or wrong, I don't care. But building your show off that and then doing that really sucks.
Yeah. Fucking cornball.
It really was just they talk about sports over here. And I don't think that's always a bad thing. Escapes are nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, immediately ruining that. And I don't care which way. But you can't build it off of we never do this and then do it. Doesn't matter. Doing it that way sucks even worse.
I don't fully agree with that because, if he was like that and then one day on an episode was like, hey, by the way, free Palestine, then I would have zero complaints.
That's
I understand
fair.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I guess. Maybe I'm too woke. Maybe I'm too woke. Maybe that's my problem.
Maybe we're all too woke.
Maybe. Grayson's too woke. If anyone's too woke, it is him.
Fucking commie.
I really wish we weren't moving off of the Commanders game, because that would have been a
great
transition. But no, the Rams and the Niners, Matthew Stafford playing perfect football, as Geek has already pointed out, 280 for 4 touchdowns in this game. The only thing that would hurt his MVP narrative would be the fact that he has Tay and Puka. I think that's silly. I don't agree with that.
I mean, Puka's missed a bunch of time too, though. And like, I don't know. I don't know. I hope that doesn't hurt. Okay, the only way I hope that hurts his narrative is if it's Jonathan Taylor that then beats him out. I don't think any other quarterback is deserving of that.
No, I agree 100%. And again, I'm not bringing that up because I personally subscribe to that idea. I'm just saying if there was a hole to poke in his narrative, it would be that. But no, I think Matthew Stafford has been by far and away the best quarterback in the league this year. He's been absolutely killing it. Had 4 touchdowns in this game. He has over 20 touchdowns through 11 weeks. Like, he's leading the league in, I think, everything. Maybe not yards.
So he's completing 67% of his passes for 2,427 yards, 25 touchdowns, 2 picks. I'm not.
You said the funny number.
We're not doing that. He hasn't thrown a pick since the Philly game.
Yeah, knock on wood. He threw a touchdown to Davis Allen this game. It was pretty fucking baller, if you ask me. Shout out to him. I love Davis Allen.
Okay.
But yeah, he's incredible. Matthew Stafford, so good. Kyron Williams, 14 for 73, 2 touchdowns, average 5.2 on the ground. Blake Corum averaged 4.3 on the ground.
Shout out throwing a touchdown to everyone. Every tight end not named Tyler Higbee, because fuck that guy.
True. This is true. This is
big for narratives. Stafford would
Indeed
never.
It is. Indeed.
Also, Stafford and Devontae are part of my favorite actual clip of this NFL season that isn't just funny. The Jordan Run clip will always be funny. That's going to go down in history. But the clip of Travis Hunter after the game when they're trying to do their interviews and Travis Hunter like runs up and they're both just talking about him like, he's a great kid, man. I love that. I loved that.
Yeah.
Wholesome football is fun.
Yeah. But you know, what I really find interesting about the Rams this year is like the gimmick they've been running on offense, this heavy 13 personnel. It's awesome. And it's been moving mountains for them because not only can they run super effectively out of it, like I said, they had 2 backs with over 10 carries that averaged over 4 yards per carry, but they're also passing out of it effectively. We already mentioned Stafford threw passes to 4 different tight ends in this game. They're hooping offensively, and it's awesome. And that's not even getting into the defense, which we know the front is great. They didn't end up having any sacks in this one. Emmanuel Forbes, of all people, walked away with an interception, which is really funny. And then on the Niners
for Miller
side,
narratives.
He's still a bad football player. I watched that throw.
It was so funny, dude. I'm never getting over that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's fucking...
The fact that you, out of everyone on this podcast, are the one that got death threats over a draft take is crazy.
That wasn't Emmanuel Forbes. That was Amari DiMercato.
Oh, I thought it was also Emmanuel Forbes's.
I didn't get threats over that. I just had his uncle be like, hey, man, you don't know shit. His uncle was in my replies.
The fact that you're the one who gets that when you are the most like level-headed when talking about these players, and then there's me. It's like, Bo Nix is a fucking war criminal. He's a piece of shit. He's bad at everything. Nothing he's ever done is any good, and nothing. It's crazy.
I made one stray tweet where I was like, I just watched 15 minutes of Amari DiMercato film, and that's 15 minutes I'm never going to get back. And
like, that's the nicest thing I've ever said about a prospect I don't like, if it's me.
Right. And I quote, this the type of shit that gets people killed in my DMs. Like, okay. To this day, didn't know Amari DiMercato had shooters. Fucking crazy.
His coach sure isn't one of them. Sorry. Oh yeah, Mac Jones better than Brock Purdy, man.
He's playing very well. He is executing this offense at a very good level. I don't think he is.
All this does is prove my point that you shouldn't pay Brock Purdy $50 million.
I would say, yeah. I don't disagree with that.
That's my whole thing with Mac. Brock Purdy is better than Mac Jones. The issue is this offense doesn't need a guy who is that good.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't pay that much to a guy.
That being said, though, if Burrow becomes available, sell everything.
If Burrow becomes available, you give him Purdy and you give up every first-round pick for Burrow's career.
Yes.
And
did you see George Kittle's touchdown in this one?
no.
He caught, I think it was either a corner route or an out route. He caught something on the sideline and started to trip and fall out of bounds. Mind you, this is garbage time. The game's over. He extended his full body, and you can see through his face mask the sheer look of terror as he's like, I'm not getting in. And he knocked over the pylon and just barely squeaked in. It was the most George Kittle touchdown ever.
Yeah.
Because, like, he caught it in a weird way where he didn't have any balance.
Love
It was
that.
awesome. But
The takeaway from this game is for the Niners is the same as every Niners game. Christian
Which
McCaffrey
is?
didn't do Christian McCaffrey things, therefore lose.
yeah, this is true. There's only so much you can do when Demarcus Robinson and Sky Moore and guys like that are getting real PT. Luke Farrell had a touchdown in this one. Too bad it wasn't Jake Tonjes. Defensively, did they do much? Keon White had half a sack, which still love that trade for the Niners. They traded like a sixth for him.
Yeah.
He's so good. So good relative to his price, I should say. But Kittle had a big game. Juwan Jennings did his thing. I like where the Niners are at right now, which is really nice to say, given where they could be with Brock Purdy hurt. Mac Jones has done wonders for them.
I love Tom Brady when he was asked if they should put Brock Purdy back in. He's like, I have to say no. I wouldn't have a career if I said yes in situations like this. So I have to say no.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
he's kind of right. This is the Case Keenum Vikings year. You kind of have to not. It doesn't mean
Brock's
anything.
already back and starting next week. That
I
came out
cannot
today.
wait for them to lose again. They only lose when Purdy plays.
Who do they play this week?
I don't know.
The Cardinals.
Watch him get out-dueled by Jacoby Brissett. That's all I'm saying. Other football. Oh yeah, 2 more games where I don't care. The Chargers beat the Steelers. Rodgers is old and bad.
I was going to say, this is the most nothing game ever. Keenan Allen broke the Chargers record for career receptions, which is awesome. He did it on a fucking passing garbage time.
Finally played a football game.
Yeah, no, he played good. 4 for 107 and a touchdown. Kamani Vidal, 25 for 95 on the ground with a touchdown. By the way, never wrong, just early. Kamani Vidal's a fucking monster. I love him. He's so good. I remember when he was coming out, watching him at Troy, he reminded me so much of the late, great Doug Martin, who passed away since our last episode. Yeah, I know. I was just about to compare him to Doug Martin, and a little voice in the back of my head was like, you have to remember he passed away, which is so sad. But yeah, Kamani Vidal's awesome. Defensively, did they have Khalil Mack had a really nice game, had a really nice first quarter in particular. Had a sack, a couple nice run plays. Had one play where he stood Darnell Washington up, who was pulling full speed, which is crazy. Old man Khalil Mack versus the 6'7", 300-pound locomotive that the Steelers employ to kill people. Khalil Mack stood him up and enabled a teammate to get in there and make a play. Also had a safety on Aaron Rodgers, the second of his career. God, I love Khalil Mack. But yeah, this was a very boring football game. I honestly did not catch a whole lot of it. I was in and out watching it, and the Steelers lost, so that's a win in my book. And then the last game, the Eagles and the Packers, defensive matchup.
This is the game I thought you were talking about to start. When you said the 10-7 game, I was like half zoned out at the start of the episode. You're like 10-7.
Yeah.
And I immediately went, neither of these teams are that good. This is what I was actually talking about. It just happened to be correct both times. Because neither of these teams are that good. What are you doing?
Nothing. I thought you were going to continue to talk.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
you can't trust Jordan Love at all yet. And maybe you never can, but like,
he's just so frustrating.
Because he has all the talent in the world, but he never makes a fucking play. Ever. Like there is no quarterback where it's like, final drive, go do something, where I feel less confident than Jordan Love. Which is crazy.
Gift.
Right. Like, but it's crazy because unlike Garoppolo, he has every tool. He just doesn't use them.
It's so frustrating because I don't trust him to do that in the fourth quarter. But like, if I'm a Packers fan and we just let up 7, it's like, all right, next drive, Jordan's getting a 7 every time. Like,
but then the fourth quarter comes around and it's like, game over.
It's like, I don't want to talk about the it factor, and I don't even want to say Jordan Love doesn't necessarily have it. It's just he's really inconsistent with it, and it's very frustrating. Also, that being said, though,
the one clip from this game that I saw that pissed me off the most, put Christian Watson at corner, dude. He's not a receiver. The one deep shot where he has leverage on Quignon, and then it's like a perfect throw, and he never even looks for the ball. He just jumps up and plays defense. Dog, just turn your head and you're catching that ball. Like, you are 6'4" and maybe the best athlete on the field. This is your, like, that is your Randy Moss moment, especially in a contract year where you're trying to, like, prove you're good. I forgot he signed an extension for next year. But still, start putting some shit on tape. That's not what you want to put on tape. You jumping up and the ball hitting you in the back of the head. That's not... That could have been the biggest moment of the game. Like, who knows where this goes if he catches that. That shit pisses me off. It's like the entire Packers team. The entire Packers team is that with Jordan Love. They all have all the talent in the world, just none of them use it. Maybe LaFleur can't develop anyone.
I don't know if I agree with that statement. I don't know off the top of my head, man.
Literally no.
Romeo Doubs.
Has Romeo Doubs really developed, or has he just been this guy the whole time? Literally nothing ever changed. He developed Josh Jacobs into worse.
I don't know if I agree with worse.
Compared to last year, he's awful.
Last year. Oh, well. No, I think part of that is their offensive line just isn't playing as good.
And now their offensive line is dead because hello?
Elgin Jenkins.
Yeah.
I do want to give credit to the Eagles defense because it played really well in this game. Yeah. Jalen Phillips was a great return on investment. Played very well in his first game. Nakobe Dean had a sack. Jalix Hunt had a sack. Nolan Smith had a sack. My dog back after injury. Their defense is good, and credit to Vic Fangio. He called a very good game. Offensively, Devonta Smith had a touchdown. That was cool. Saquon didn't do a whole lot. This was another game that wasn't very entertaining. I just had a lot of fun watching the Eagles defense. But that being said, I think we're good to go ahead and get into our game picks for this week.
No, do the stupid Pokeball.
Oh, yeah.
It's
back.
Food again?
No.
Is it, I don't know, movie related?
It is movie related.
Is it a movie I've seen related?
A movie I know you have seen numerous times.
At least something multiple. Star Wars related?
Certainly.
Is it a Lego guy?
No.
Oh. Is it an action figure of some kind?
Yes. I'll give you that.
What do you mean I give you that? What does that mean?
It is.
Like, what kind of non-action figure thing could this be?
I have Harrison Ford in this ball.
Okay. Okay, is it a good guy or a bad guy?
Not a good one.
Okay, so it's someone evil.
I don't know if he was established as evil. I just know he wasn't on the side of our heroes.
The fuck could that
be? He might be morally gray. I don't know this character's lore. I just know the one big event that happens to him.
There's only one big event that happens to this character. Is it like Snoke? No, he's evil. There's no morally gray there. Yes. What, like Jango Fett?
You're getting there. That's
Boba
closer.
So it's a bounty hunter.
Yes.
Is it Bosk? Would you have a Bosk? No.
No, it's not Bosk. He is a bounty hunter, right?
Dude, you're not helping at all.
Yes, he is a bounty hunter. He is certainly a bounty hunter. And I will say he's not very good at his job.
What bounty hunters do you what this has to be so obscure, or it's not, and I'm just dumb.
It's not. I'll tell you that. It is a very well-known character.
Like, I've named the most well-known bounty hunters. I mean, unless it's just Mando, but is
No.
it just Mando?
No, you might also not realize that this character is a bounty hunter, just like I was unsure. I'll say this: they are from the original trilogy.
Okay, is it Greedo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little tiny Greedo Funko
I
Pop.
just always forget that Greedo exists.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't know if he's technically a bad guy. I just know he's not on the side of good.
I see. Well, and maybe he is. Han's the one who didn't pay.
Yeah. But anyways, picks for this week. Starting out with this game, we all three took the Patriots, so we're all 1-0 this week. Big ups. Commanders, Dolphins. Geek, where do you lie here?
I have no idea who I picked. Hold on. I gotta pull my picks up.
He's fucking got it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't ready. I was responding to things. Hello? Commanders, Dolphins. I took the Dolphins.
So did Jake and I. I have Jake's picks on my phone as well. So Dolphin sweep.
It's the only home game I feel kind of confident in.
I'm just going off of Google here. So Packers, Giants.
I got the Packers.
Packers sweep.
Better be. If the Packers lose to Jameis.
Redacted, yeah.
Burn down Wisconsin. The whole state.
Next game, Texans, Titans. Cam Ward versus Davis Mills.
Oh, is it confirmed to be Davis Mills?
Yes.
Don't care. The Texans defense is going to kill that kid.
Texans sweep. This is concerning. Panthers, Falcons.
I'm taking the Panthers.
Jake and I both went with the Falcons. So this is the first one where it's not a sweep.
Nice. Jake's chance to move ahead.
Bears, Vikings. I have the Bears.
I have
Jake
the Bears.
has the Vikings. Okay.
I'm done picking the Vikings, dude. I'm hedging.
What I'm hearing is the two ball knowers know the Bears are going to win, and that other guy picked that other stupid fucking team. Anyways.
Whoa.
Chargers, Jaguars.
That was so mean.
Chargers, Jaguars.
Chargers.
Chargers sweep. All three of us said the Chargers. Buccaneers, Bills.
I'm picking the Bills, but I don't feel confident at all.
Jake and I are both going with Tampa.
It really depends. Is Bucky going to play?
I don't think so.
I'm changing my pick if Bucky plays.
Bengals, Steelers.
The Steelers, I think.
Steelers sweep. I agree. That was a tough one to pick. 49ers, Cardinals.
The 49ers.
49ers sweep. This might be game of the year. Seahawks, Rams.
I'm going to bet on who I think is the better team, and I'm going to take the Rams.
I am also going with the Rams. Jake
I've seen
has
what
the
happens
Seahawks.
to Sam Darnold when Jared Verse runs at him, okay? I've seen this film before.
All right. Broncos, Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Chiefs
By
sweep.
Fitty.
Ravens, Browns.
Ravens.
I have the Ravens as well, and I'm going to hope Jake does. Let's see here. Where are they at? Yes, Ravens sweep. Lions, Eagles.
Well, it's got to be the Eagles because fuck those other guys.
I'm taking Philly as well, and Jake has the Lions. And finally, oh, that is such a terrible Monday game. Cowboys, Raiders.
Yeah, I got them boys, I guess.
The Cowboys sweep. A lot of agreement this week. Some ugly games this week. We shall see how those end. But I think that'll do it for this week.
Yeah? You doing the outro or you want me to do it?
I was kind of hoping you would.
Okay, well, I guess Oh God, I have to. No, you have to do it so I can do the thing. We forgot about the rules.
Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been the Run the North. Hopefully we'll have Jake back next week. He was unfortunately busy with work, which is totally understandable. But at the very least, Geek and I will definitely be back. Now that I am homed once again, I can consistently record. And, Geek kind of has to do these things because this is his job. So with that, make sure to rate and review on Spotify or whatever other podcast platform you may be using. Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Geek and our good friend Caleb have been doing, you said 3 times a week, a little sports show on here as well. I'm sure
Monday,
you've
Wednesday,
seen that.
and Saturdays.
There you go. But that'll be all. Thank you all for watching. Geek, do the thing.
Bye.